ado, let me first invite JS Daddy to say hi, then we continue. Welcome, Evans.
Hi guys, how are you? I hope you are well. It's week 6, just as Jakin said. 2 more weeks to go, and the hassle is over. Then you get certified for working on AI. So yeah, today we are going to have a great session, and you can inform your friends. Jakin will inform you as well in the evening session. You are not going to have the normal session. We're going to have a master class. Yeah. I hope to see you there, all of you, in the evening session. Yeah, thank you. Back to you, Chakin.
Thank you so much, Evans. I hope you got your coffee around because I have a feeling that today's lesson will be quite hot. And as JS Daddy have said, we've got a masterclass coming up. This masterclass is in the evening. So we might not redo the class like the way we usually do in the evening. In the evening, we have a mentorship talk with our guest, Rhoda Mora. She's an AI engineer from Safaricom, PLC here in Kenya, and a very good friend of mine. And we'll be talking to you just like how is it? How does it feel to live in as an AI engineer? And what does it entail? So please, in that session, come with questions. Yeah, we expect you guys to, it's your session. So come with questions. Um, make sure you ask those questions on how the challenges of being a software engineer or AI software engineer and what have you. Make sure you have the questions ready. Get ready to interact with her. It will be a very highly interactive session, and there'll be a lot to learn. She'll share her journey with us, and wow, it's gonna be one of a kind. We also look forward to have also another masterclass around July 16. Another guest will come on July 16. It will be on a Wednesday in the evening session, just like this one, 6:30 to around 8:30 p.m. Just to have mentorship. You know, in PRP, we don't just train. Our training is holistic. We've got to give you insight of what happens in real world. Um, Industry, how is your knowledge, the one that you are running, how is it executed in real world industries, and how better can you be, and maybe what's there in you for the future. We are holistic trainers. So yeah, and you can imagine after this you'll be placed in a talent pool by the talent hub, whereby you'll be connected to future employers and people who need your skills. So we are out or vouching for you. We want you to be the best. We want you to make the best out of this. From personal experience, I was very happy, like just like I think a month ago, when a company called me. You know, they called me and they asked me, "Do you know so and so?" Yes, I know her, and yeah, she's applied to be a tutor in our in our project in our school. And how good is she in managerial skills? Oh, I tell you, I praised her. Hmm? Actually, after that, the employer told me, yeah, she's got the job. You can tell her she's got the job. And for sure, she got the job. Now she's an AI trainer. And I just trained her like the way I'm training you guys. And now she's an AI trainer at Tatu City. Yeah, in a university there. So, guys, jobs are there. Don't be told by anybody that there are no jobs. You just need to prove yourself and make sure you really um, make us see what you can do through that final project. That's what really matters, actually. That's like our final exam. We don't have the exams, as you have realized. We just do the assessments, the ones we do, the assignments, and then the final project. So make sure you give it your best. Give it your best. Shout out to some of you. I've interacted with Elizabeth. I've interacted with people like Jemo. You know, you guys, you've got nice projects going on. I'm liking what you're doing and what you're developing. I've interacted with people like Mererin, Pastor Mererin. Oh, in this class we have a pastor. Huh? And she's a pastor and she's doing AI for software engineering. Yeah, and well, yeah, she's also doing great things. I've interacted with Ruth. I've interacted with Ruth Monene. Yeah, she's a business ready doing this AI for engineering. And I'm telling you, it's you guys, you are doing great job. So shout out to all of you. I might not mention all of you because definitely you know you are many. Yes, yes, but a shout out to all of you. So we look forward, we are hopeful. Based on the previous cohort was S-Hook cohort. The best project, the best top projects from the male and female, they were both from AI and software engineering. So please don't lower the bar. The bar has been set. Okay? Don't lower the bar. We want the best from you guys. We want to maintain that standard. Can we do that? If we can do that, you can say yeah on the chat. Say yeah on the chat. I want to see. I can't see you saying yeah, and yeah, good, 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 good. I can see you guys saying yeah, yeah, good, yeah, 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 right, right, right. Yeah, 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 yeah. So let's maintain the standard, not lowering the standard. We gonna make the best out of it. Okay, welcome. So, hey, allow me to zip my coffee. Today I'm taking some mocha. What is your coffee brand today? Mine is mocha and it's sweet. It's slapping. Oh, I'm telling you, it's good. Mm-hmm. And it's not just mocha, it's caramel mocha. Mm. It's good. I'm telling you guys, good things are happening here. All right. Oh, somebody is taking chai. All right. Cool, cool. It's okay. It's okay. Mine is Robusta. In it. All right. Robusta in it. Okay. Green tea. As usual, 4 months water. Strugi is the best. Okay, cool. Nice. I'm loving it. I'm loving it with you guys here. So thank you guys. So today we're gonna look at future of AI journey. Like what does AI have in future? What do we expect? What should we expect in the future of AI? So basically, as usual, we learn with Ubuntu wisdom. We usually rely on Ubuntu wisdom to align ourselves with our learning. Okay, so basically, we can say that artificial intelligence. I hope everybody can see my screen very well. Yeah. Espresso. Good. Marceline. If you can see my screen, just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. If you can see my screen, you can hear my voice very well, clearly. Good. Thank you. Nice. So, artificial intelligence is rapidly reshaping how we live, learn, and connect. A remarkable 75% of business leaders are now actively incorporating generative AI tools into their operation. And as we embark on this journey, we explore the future of AI through the lens of Ubuntu wisdom, embracing the principle, I am because we are. That is the principle of Ubuntu, emphasizing corrective, progressive, and shared prosperity. So basically, if you've seen in what is happening on the market, AI is like AI is eliminating jobs that are routines. Say, for example, if you are previously employed as a secretary and your work was reviewing emails, maybe writing, reviewing CVs, and handling maybe workload in the office, you realize that AI can do that swiftly. Okay. So what happens is that if you can do what AI can do, what happens, AI might, we might choose AI instead of you as a person. Why? Not because a person is bad, but because AI is, it doesn't, it's cheaper to apply AI. If you look at most of the programs of AI, they are very cheap to like incorporate in business, okay? Compared to human labor. So that's why maybe you could have heard of layoffs. But still, as much as there are very many job layoffs, there is always also AI is creating very many jobs. So for those people who know how to work with AI, you can be sure they will have jobs. Okay? So jobs will be there, but for those people who know how to work with AI. Because AI gives you an advantage of automating tasks, and which means if you can automate a task, it means you can be able to lower the cost of production for an organization or a company, and you can be able to help the company to save costs. All companies seek to save costs of production and to maximize on profits. So that's what every company wants. So that's why we've got to understand what does AI hold for us? Okay. Yes, and I think I've talked a lot, and I would like to hear from you. What do you think AI got for you in future? What do you think AI got for you in future? Just tell me in the chats as you think through. Yes, what AI got for you in the future of AI. Business on business. Rukanyo, I would like to hear from more of that. I I would like to understand what is business on business. Hmm? Okay, cool. Yes, let's see. Now, remember we said that all we've experienced is narrow AI, the whole boom of having training, having a generative AI, having humanoids AI, whereby we expect AIs to work as humans. Um, well, what happens is that narrow AI is very great, but we are anticipating that we will go to general AI very soon. General AI very soon. General AI means that we will optimize AI for even more complex tasks. Okay? Yes. So that is what we mean. So one of the things we expect is to see evolutions in intelligence, that is involving AI beyond simple tools for integral daily partner, deeply embedded in our routines. You expect that every call that we do will be utilizing AI. Also, we expect to see some emerging trends like key advancements, enhanced listening agentic AI capable of independent action and custom silicon for specialized tasks. You get? So remember we saw how we said nowadays we no longer sweep our house. We just use robots to clean the house. You don't have to. And JS Daddy confirmed to us, you don't have to really struggle cleaning the house because that's something you do for routine. Okay. So like you just employ a robot, it does that for you. Okay. So then again we entail to see some core focus on remains, that is improving accessibility, efficiency, and security to ensure broad benefit of AI, use of AI. And in the Ubuntu realms, we can expect the the goal is to develop AI that uplifts all humanity, not just selected a few, but fostering widespread positivity impact. Okay, yeah, we want everybody to feel the goodness of AI. All right, yes. Now, one of the things we can anticipate, it's AI at the edge, whereby we have edge AI. We talk of edge AI, whereby we expect to have smarter devices, and real-time insight with real-time insights, like autonomous driving vehicles. Okay, it's happening. If it is being adopted in the world, in real world, in New York, in the streets of Wisconsin, you just go there, you'll find autonomous vehicle. Yes, in an autonomous vehicle, there is a driver. It doesn't mean there is no driver, but the driver doesn't have to touch the steering wheel. The driver can go just having fun, talking, concentrating on maybe business meetings, having those good conversations with their spouses. Yeah, because AI can do the driving for you. Mm? Yes, actually, it was even introduced in the streets of Jerusalem, Israel. People can now have autonomous vehicles. In China, it's happening. In Hong Kong, in Taipei, it's happening in the streets. You find we just have autonomous vehicles where cars um, can be able to drive themselves, and you can have the vibes all the way and enjoy the ride. Cool? Yes. So somebody is in Japan, somebody is telling me it's also working. Good. Yeah. Can driverless cars survive in Nairobi? I don't think so. Driverless cars also need good roads, good road markings. We have to improve our roads. Maybe on the expressway, we can have one, but outside the expressway, I'm not very sure. I won't give you credibility. Maybe we need to enhance our autonomous vehicles to be better than just being leading road signs, but even anticipating pedestrian moves, because that's what really messes up Nairobi. Yeah, because the pedestrians moves are quite impromptu. Yeah. If you go to some cities like my friend tells me from Tokyo, people are very disciplined on how they use the road. Yeah, pedestrians, eh? And that helps motorists management, navigation management to be very easy. But in a lobby, you might have some few complications. Nevertheless, we can maybe be able to uh, enhance our autonomous vehicles to be more, to model them, to like be able to observe the behavior of um, pedestrians. That's where we would really focus on, eh? Yes. How about autonomous vehicles in Nigeria? Maybe somebody from Nigeria can tell us how roads in Nigeria are, if they are good, if the pedestrians' behavior is good. AI, we said, does not exist in an island. It's something that happens among the people. So if we have to implement AI, then how safe the question is, how safe are the people who are using that AI? Okay. Yeah, we don't want to uh, we don't want to implement AI and then in one day we have like so many road accidents. No, 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 no. We talk of ethical AI. That's what we'll cover next week. Yes. So, Yeah, and I can see somebody telling us that not actually in Lagos, you get? Yeah, so you might not implement that. All right. Now, something else, AI plus IoT. Now, the great connection. So we expect integrated integration of artificial intelligence with Internet of Things, um, creating smarter, more adaptive environments. And this power of synergy facilitates seamless data flows between billions of devices, from smart homes to industrial machinery and what have you. So we anticipate predictive maintenance, whereby we have, you can know that, for example, if you are managing a smart home, I'm not very sure how many smart homes we have in Africa. I'm not very sure, but I'm sure they are there. Okay. But if you are managing a smart home is a home that is fully managed by IoT, Internet of Things, whereby you manage it from your smartphone. Cool. So you can anticipate, for example, maybe let's say paint in the wall needs to be refurbished. So yeah, you can anticipate that. Okay, that is predictive maintenance. Maybe a screw needs to be redone in the furniture. AI can be able to predict that. So also energy saving, intelligent system adjusting consumption based on real-time needs. So whereby we have smart cities, and also transforming urban spaces with optimized traffic flow and resource management. Yeah, so Ubuntu reminds us that our connectedness is our strength. So a principle vividly embodied in the expansive, integrated world of AI and IoT. We need to stay connected. Yeah, so you need to know what do you need to work on maybe when you go home. All right. Yes. So that is how we anticipate AI to integrate with IoT and help us to be better. Beyond that, we anticipate that uh, AI and the Internet of Bodies. Now, all those nice sections are well discussed in your notes. Uh, Internet of Bodies is whereby you can expect AI to be engaged in health insights, real-time health insights. So we can use AI to read blood pressure, real time, to monitor blood pressure, to monitor maybe your if you have your glucose conditions, whatever is learning in your body, how good is it learning? Okay, enhanced wellness. So we expect that we, by use of AI, we can be able to analyze uh, data from individuals and healthcare providers to make proactive decisions for improved health and wellness. And this is where we expect you guys to come in with good telemedicine apps that can help to improve healthcare. All right. Yes. One of the top uh, projects for the previous cohort they were talking about mental wellness. Okay. Yes. So how can we really monitor that you are mentally well and you don't fall into mental apps? Okay. Whereby people end up committing suicide or doing some things that are quite crazy. Okay, so how do we get to use AI for mental health wellness? So please look at that. We expect you guys to work on such projects. Something else is human and AI collaboration. You know, uh, we said, remember, we as AI developers, we say AI is not a competitor, it's a tool. Is a tool for companion, right? So it should be used to enhance human creativity, give you efficiency, and exponential progress in your project, in how you work. All right. So we leverage on AI to enhance our lives to be better, other than not competing with how AI is working and what we are working. No, 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 no. We work with AI to make our lives better, to beautify our lives. Okay? Yes. So that we re-emphasize on the value of uniquely human capabilities. As Ubuntu proverb says, if you want to go far, go together. So understanding the power of this collaborative synergy is very key. Yes. Cool. Nice. That is very cool. And also AI in healthcare, healing together. So we want to know how AI gonna help us in better drug discovery, lead time monitoring of chronic diseases or health issues, advanced diagnostics in predictions of symptoms and what have you, telemedicine evolution. Yeah, we need AI to be a companion in ensuring that humans have better health. Okay, yes, whereby we intend to have a transformative impact, especially for the underserved communities, expanding access to quality care globally, and embracing the Ubuntu spirit. I am well because we are well. AI in healthcare paves the way for healthier and more equitable future for all. Yes, somebody in a village, from a very remote village, all they need is a smartphone or a phone, and they can be able to access their health records. They can be able to access hospital guidance. You get? That's why we need that telemedicine evolutions. We need you guys to come up with those good systems that will address the health challenges in the village. Cool. Yes, and last but not least, shaping AI with heart, meaning um, definitely in the long run, we expect AI to infuse human activities, whereby we will have better human activities output and productivity and connectedness, and also better monitoring services based on the use of AI. We're together so far, so good? Yes, so that's what we can say the future of AI holds for us. Yes, a very good future of AI. And let me see, there's something I want to share with you before JS Daddy comes in, and JS Daddy will show you how you can implement your final projects. Remember I told you from last week's bit, we covered the real content, what you need for you to be able to work around your AI projects. So we will work around how to implement them more. Okay. Uh, so we'll be able to work around that. So let me show you something concerning future of AI, just to align us with our lesson today, so that we can know what to expect soon and very soon. Um, Unfortunately, I think I got one that is simple. So let's see. Amazon CEO Jesse, his take on AI for
Amazon
future of
CEO Andy
AI.
Jassy says artificial intelligence will lead to a reduction of its corporate workforce eventually over the next few years. He wrote in a memo to employees that they should figure out, in his words, how to get more done with scrappier teams. That's nice. Joining us now, former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang. It's a daunting future we have, Mr. Yang, obviously, and you've been. I said I was at was it a book party that I attended for you?
A book event.
6 years ago, talking about this on the horizon and the need for maybe even back then universal basic income. I guess at this point you're thinking, wow, it's accelerating faster than you even thought.
Yeah, it's here even faster than I'd imagined back in 2019 and 2020. And I talked to CEOs who are replacing thousands of customer service workers with AI, entire design departments, even coders are being supplanted. And Becky and I were just talking about how we used to tell our kids, hey, if you major in computer science, you'll be good to go. And now those graduates are having a hard time finding jobs. It's starting to appear in the numbers for recent college graduates and entry-level white-collar work.
If you're a science fiction believer, I was going to ask you whether the whole Luddite chorus that we've heard for 150 years, that it's never actually it's always been better technology long term. Maybe not always, but many times even more jobs are created from the technologies that being displaced, whether it's internal combustion engines or whatever you want to look at. You would argue this time is different with AI, and then it's not. I mean, then if you, like I said, science fiction, not just displacing us from work, but maybe just displacing us altogether 100 years from now.
Yeah, well, we have to take a lot of those science fiction style scenarios very seriously, Joe, in my opinion. And the most common job in 29 states is still being a truck driver. You have robot trucks just now hitting the highways.
They'll be gone.
Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, said, look, we're going to automate away a lot of the entry-level white-collar jobs. And he's right, because I talked to executives at these companies who are doing exactly what Andy Jassy is talking about at Amazon, looking around saying, hey, guys, instead of hiring a bunch of 22-year-olds, maybe we should have AI do that work. So I fear for the next generation, because all of the experience that maybe we got in our 20s and 30s, there might not be that kind of ladder available to them.
Look, Andy Jassy said that he wants employees to kind of take advantage and learn how to use AI, learn how to do their jobs better, maybe make things easier. Maybe it takes care of some of the grunt level work you don't like doing, but it allows you to have more space and room to do things creatively. Should we be afraid of that?
Well, what this means in real life, Becky, is you have a department of 6 people, let's say coders or designers, and then you end up eliminating 4 or 5 of them, and then there's one designer coder empowered by AI. So there's going to be a beneficiary in the organization, but you're just not going to need as many people in that department, and that's going to play out over and over again.
Pope had some interesting things, and he's getting involved. Last Pope was big on climate change. This might be important. And he says the worlds of science and politics need to immediately tackle this problem without allowing scientific progress to advance with arrogance, harming those who have to submit to power. And he's going to host a lot of people. But right now it's just breakneck. There's no governors on what's happening whatsoever.
I mean, if you think about the incentives of the individual firm, it's just to go as fast as possible, because there's like a bit of an arms race in terms of compute.
Literally.
And the data and the model. Literally. And then they'll look up and say, our competitor is China, so I got to go. The question is, what happens to people? And I'm someone who, look, I'm not anti-progress, anti-innovation. I think all of that stuff is very positive, but you have to be clear-eyed about the impact on people, on organizations, on workers. And in my estimation, this 4th industrial revolution is the most dramatic thing that's happened to our society in history. AI might be the most radical breakthrough in human history, and so we have to think much bigger.
That allows more spare time. That allows people to. We become so rich from AI that maybe you can do UBI, and not everyone has to work 5 days. You gave me a thumbs up.
Well,
Is that the answer for you?
To me, that is the answer. The question is, how do we get from point A to point B? Because right now, the beneficiaries of AI are going to be a small handful of firms, and then the average 22-year-old or truck driver or whatnot is going to be just looking around saying, where did my job go? And they're not going to be experiencing that kind of value. That, to me, is what government and politics are for. That's what got me into the Democratic race in 2020. Unfortunately, right now, our political class is very, very far away from these problems. And one of our goals should be to try and bring them together, the way the Pope's describing.
All right, so what do you think of the, I don't know if you call it a rider, but the initiative that's trying to be pushed into the budget bill, the one big beautiful bill right now that has made it through the House version? We don't know what's going to happen with the Senate entirely because of the Byrd rules and others, but it's a move to say state attorney generals, other states have no way of setting any rules or guidelines or laws around AI, that it should be only allowed at a federal level. And by the way, there are backers, a lot of the big AI names that are backing and kind of lobbying for that.
Oh, certainly if you're an AI company, the last thing you want is a hodgepodge of state rules that you then have to navigate or run afoul of. And a lot of these fronts, including social media, by the way, what you see is you see a federal hands-off approach, and then the states at some point step up and say, you know what, I don't love this treatment of customer data. They're trying to avoid that in AI. If you're going to have that, then you would need a buttoned-up, sensible approach
Like
from the federal government.
Guidelines before you.
Yes, exactly. But the incentives for the corporates will be, let us do whatever we want. And then even for the individual legislators, it'll be like, oh, do I want to mess with the AI guys? Not really. So you're going to end up with a Wild West approach.
What do you hear? You say that you talk to CEOs who are talking about all the people they're getting rid of, jobs that they're replacing with AI. What do you say to them? What's your approach to say, hey, this may not be great in the long term?
I say come clean. I say just, and by the way, Andy Jassy making those public statements, Dario Amodei making those public statements, they're signaling to us, guys, we are going to be getting rid of a lot of workers. We're going to get leaner and meaner. So please, please, if you're in government, do something about it, because their responsibility is not society-wide. Their responsibility is just to make their organization successful. And those interests are going to diverge from the average workers pretty sharply. It used to be when you guys saw a company increase headcount, you'd say, okay, good, they're growing, they're healthy. Increasingly, headcount is going to be a bad sign. And you're going to look at them and say, wait a minute, what are you guys doing wrong?
It's always been the case on Wall Street, though. I think back 20 years and even longer than that, where you talk about on the floor how they're laying people off.
They do, yeah. There's a bump when there's a cutback in workers, but you can take that and dial it up to 11.
Cool. That was a cool discussion about how some of the top CEOs, that was the CEO of CEO of some top companies in the world, how they think about the approach of AI. In Africa, though, the setup is a bit different, whereby we have to, since the AI access is still very minimal, the question is, how can we benefit the village using AI? And the more we get more answers towards that, the better for us. Okay? Yes, but at least I've shown you real world. This how people think the AI is progressing. But for us here in Africa, I think the more our beat is more on how will we benefit the village with the use of AI. So please, guys, do commit to the telemedicine, as we've seen here in the in the slides, and make sure that you find a way of making sure that we amplify the use of AI for the better good of the village. All right? Cool. That's cool. Not unless there's any queries I can handle. I have 8 minutes. No, 7. So I can handle 1 or 2 queries. If you have a query, you can just raise your hand. I'll answer you. or we'll answer it together. Remember, I'm not the OG of knowledge here. We are just all learning together. Cool? Mm-hmm. So any query? Since there are no queries, people are very happy. People are happy. So, and we can leverage on that happiness for people to be able to get into the practical bit. Now, on the practical bit today, we will just work on what we had last week, work on implementation of how to implement an AI and like what is expected for you guys at how will you be able to implement your AI projects at the end of this. Yes, so that is it. That's what we'll be checking. Yeah, and we'll be good. So let's get going. So a simple break, music break, and then we come back like 2 minutes, and then we come back. Yes, so yeah, yes, Daddy, you are ready? We are ready.
Yes, I'm
Evans?
ready. Yeah,
Good.
I'm ready,
Welcome,
Chucky.
welcome, welcome, welcome.
Okay,
Can give
you
you the
can stop
music bit
sharing your screen.
for a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm already ready.
Good. Then you can share your screen.
All right. Thank you, guys. Talking about AI, how many people had the chance to use Bolt over the weekend? We had free tokens to develop systems. How many people used Bolt AI over the weekend? Thank you, Gladwell. Gladwell. So many people. You can give a thumbs up if you managed to use AI over the weekend. That's cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Someone say, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. So I was just messing around with the AI over the weekend. And let me see if I can show you what I came up with. I was just messing around. Let me just show you. It's not that cool. It's not that cool. Just something that I messed up with. Anyway, it's loading. Yeah, there we go. Let me just connect. Imagine over the weekend I just created a Google Meet in conference, something like Google Meeting. You know how Google Meet works? Yeah, I worked on that. Actually, I created this, and imagine I can see these analytics over here. You can see these analytics over here. And I had to invite one of my friends to try it together, and it worked. Cool. Just a video conferencing. You can turn on your video, something like that. And to make it big, I created this authentication as well, where you can sign in with Google. Something cool. It's just something cool. It's not a big deal. Yeah, this is what you can do with AI. Imagine someone who had all the time to work on a Google, to work on something serious. So imagine you can create a meeting, you can call it AI dev, just any meeting, and you can toggle these settings instantly. And you can create, and imagine after creating, you can join the meeting. Just as simple as that. Imagine it has joined the meeting, the camera is on, I can put it off, the mic is on, I can put it on and off. And after joining, imagine I can see my analytics here, how many people have joined this meeting as we speak. And this data is being stored in Firebase. Yeah, very cool project. I was just messing around with it. So anyway, in case we have any new things, I'll keep updating you. These are just simple. It's a bot. It's just like, have you ever used Casa? How Casa works? It's just the same thing. It's just the same thing. Actually, it was totally free over the weekend. That means you can use it. You can use the pro versions over the weekend for free, entirely for free. And actually, I had one of my friends who we are just messing up around, and actually she created what? She created 2 projects. One is like managing hackathons, where it's an hackathon platform where people can work on hackathons. They can create hackathons there, people can join. And another project for code review. Imagine now, let's say you have given me your project and you want me to review the code. Then the code, I can just upload the code there, and AI automatically reviews and makes changes. Imagine, just like that. Very simple. Anyway, let's get into our today's content. And our today's, where is it? Anyway, just check the courses. Week 6. Where is week 6? Week 6, the AI future, the future of AI. And anyway, as usual, Chakin does the presentation or everything, then I do the demo. Every code that is here in week 6 is working, tested and proven and approved by your senior engineers everywhere. So yeah, so today we are going to do the demo of these codes, and what we are going to do is just like a simulation. It's just like a simulation of some few things in telemedicine. So in telemedicine, we have so many things that we can do. You can monitor blood pressure, all those kind of things in medicine. We can do monitoring of your health, checking up, everything in telemedicine. Then whenever Chakin was talking about the IoT thing and smart houses, I just realized I live in Limuru and it's very cold and you can't predict what tomorrow holds. You never know tomorrow is going to be hot or it's going to be cold. What if on my side in where I live, what if I create an IoT kind of a thing, of a device that warms my house? How is it going to warm my house? I'm going to have some few parameters or some few check-ins. How is tomorrow going to look like? Should my house heater activate or should not? For how long will it activate? So it will just check in the morning. How is the weather going to look like today? Is it going to be hot or is it the weather going to be as usual, it's cold? So it's going to predict. If it's going to be hot, then my heater, there's no need to automatically activate and warm the house. Now, if it's going to be some long cold hours, my heater can activate at a certain, when the house reaches a certain temperature, then it can activate. I don't need to be there. I just need my house to be warm. Something like that. And I can use AI to do that and also to monitor and come up with that kind of a device. It's just an idea that came into my mind. Anyway, so today we are going to do several simulations and I'm going to explain. So the first simulation that I'm going to do is a smart camera with embedded AI. Smart camera with embedded AI. So this smart camera can detect intruders in real time. You see how we have CCTV cameras. And this CCTV camera, someone can just intrude into my compound, then I will see that later. Or unless I'm seated in the cameras looking who is trying to intrude. There's no need to do that. What if I do AI cameras or smart cameras that can detect these people in real time, then can send the data to me? When it suspects a malicious activity or some unusual activity, then I can get a notification on my phone on real time. Now, how can we do this? We can take a range of data with some suspicious activity, like someone jumping. What is the speed of jumping? What is the speed of movement? Those kind of things. Then it will detect this is not a normal person. How is the person dressed? Is it a police or is it a normal person? Then with those kind of data behind the scenes, now it can detect what kind of a person is this. Is this an intruder? Or is it someone who stays in the house? All those kind of parameters. Yeah, and imagine we can do that and get real-time analytics. Yeah, very simple. So this one is just a small simulation of that. As usual, remember that we have said we can use a range of data. So we need NumPy to format this data, to analyze this data, and just to make sure that this data that is coming in from our camera is good. Of course, we are going to use TensorFlow to make sure that everything is working correctly. Imagine that with only those two libraries, for now we can implement that. Now let's take it further. What if we incorporate that simulation with the Raspberry Pi? Then that Raspberry Pi is connected to a camera. Then we have notifications in our phones. Very simple idea. Yeah. A Raspberry Pi, in case you want to understand what is a Raspberry Pi, is just an IoT device that you can simulate it to do whatever you want, to light your lights, to do whatever activity you want. And actually, you can use a Raspberry Pi to create smart cars. You see those autonomous vehicles? Yeah, those kind of vehicles. You can use that Raspberry Pi to simulate all these kind of activities. It's just a small device, so we can check it. Raspberry Pi, Raspberry Pi. In case you want to see what is a Raspberry Pi, it's just this small device. Imagine this small device, very cheap device, depending with the activity you want to. Imagine this small device, only 10,000 Kenya shillings or 79 USD. You can get this smart device that you can simulate. Depending with the capacity, now whenever you are taking it further, now depends, now you can use a different hardware after trying the simulation. Yeah, it's a very cool device. You can check it out. So let's create the simulation, and the simulation, we have the code here that I had here. It's working. So I'll just explain what's going on the code as usual. So for example, what you want to do, in case you want to add a lightweight AI model that can be held in our Raspberry Pi, because it's a lightweight, something that can run. We just want to simulate first before we go to the large scale. We need TensorFlow and we need NumPy. Okay, now as usual, we can load a pre-trained data or a pre-trained lightweight model, e.g. for the mobile net. So our goal is to detect cameras, or to use our cameras to detect an activity. I gave an example. What is this pre-trained data from lightweight model? Like people movement, is this a police or is this a normal person? How is the person dressed? Those kind of pre-trained lightweight models with those kind of data, and can do the detection and can send the information. So that is an example of data point that we can check on, or model points that we can check on as we are implementing our solution. You see that? Very simple. Now, that pre-trained data, where are we getting our data right now? We don't have to worry. We don't have to worry where we are getting our data from. Whenever we are using TensorFlow, we can use the built-in datasets or built-in pre-trained models. Now, we can just define a small model, and we say just a normal variable that you define here. And in this model, you can use the TensorFlow. Then inside TensorFlow, we have Keras. Inside Keras, we have applications. Inside our applications, we have this pre-trained model that is called MobileNet version 2. Of course, we have versions. You can check the version that you prefer. So in this model, we are going to take what? We have so many activities. We can take the ImageNet. So we said, about the kind of data set or the model that we are working with. We are working with one that does what? Detects cameras. So we are taking images and image movements. So in case you're asking, why are we not taking video images? Let's go back into the normal science. Maybe some of us, we have no idea how videos are constructed. Videos are constructed so whenever we are recording a video, it's not recording videos. It's recording images. It's taking screenshot of images in rapid speed. So it takes one image, another image, another image. So those are sets of images. Now, it combines all those images in that speed, then creates a video behind the scenes. So a video that we see, it's not just a video. It's taken in form of images. So take the images, the rapid images that you have recorded, then join them into a video. So for those who are wondering how videos are constructed, these are just images or photos that are constructed now to become an image, and they are joined together in that camera movement, and they become a photo or an image. So that's how videos are constructed. So what we said, we are loading this lightweight model from TensorFlow. And in specific, we are getting the MobileNet version 2. So the weights are the ImageNet. So we want to construct images. So now, after we take the data set, the pre-trained model. Remember, it's a pre-trained model with all these activities. So we can do our simulation. So how are we simulating this? We can define a variable, we call it an image. So an image, we are going to take the numpy the random method or function. Then we can resize our images. So we are going to take a random image for demonstration. This is just taking a random image. Remember, this is a camera and it's doing video. So we said videos are constructed in that way. So we take those chunks of images or photos, then we randomize them. Okay, we just randomize the images now that we have converted into an image, a video behind the scenes. So right there, remember that we have taken all those images. So what is the next step? Take that image, load it into the applications, and remember we are using the pre-trained model. We compare that image. So what we are doing here is going to TensorFlow, go inside Keras, .applications, .the mobile version, MobileNet version 2, pre-process the input. So what input are we pre-processing? You remember the new incoming images in our camera that is tracking. So we pre-process the images. So over here, we pass the image that we just loaded. So here we pass the images that we loaded. Then we take numpy dot new axis. So what these three dots are doing, remember, we are loading one image. Take one image, the incoming image, load it. Take the next image, load it. Take the third image, load it. So this is just doing a loop. Checking the image after the other. So basically it's looping all through the images just like that. So just to re-explain again, because we are working with videos and images, use the MobileNet version 2. We load the images. We take that image, we load it here, the incoming images in our camera, right? Very simple. Then, after we load our images in the pre-trained model to compare for comparison, so the next thing is we perform an inference on the edge devices. So what are we doing here? Let's see. Remember that we have loaded images? Very cool. So we can do the prediction. So the prediction is doing what? It's going to the model that was the MobileNet version 2. Then it's going to predict what? The activity in that image. Is this person jumping? Is this person moving? Or what kind of a person is this? Yeah, that's it. Predict the image behavior. So right here, it's going to do what? After predicting, it's going to decode. It's going to decode the prediction. Now, decoding, either you can define decoding as just interpreting. What is it happening? Remember, this is in machine language. Now predict or try to do something, try to decode the activity. So what is doing here is going to do what? Go to TensorFlow, .keras, .applications, .the mobile net version 2 model that we are using, then in that model, do what? Decode the predictions, interpret the predictions. So what are we going to predict? The image prediction that we just predicted here. Then you can take the first top 3. As simple as that. Then you can print the predictions right here. You can decode the predictions here. So this is just the simulation of the machine itself. So remember, this is not a complete project. So what is it doing? Here we are just creating the software to simulate, track the camera, and detect what kind of activity, or we have an incoming person, something like that. Now, once you incorporate this with, once you embed this code in our Raspberry Pi, then connect to your device, then that means you can get real-time notifications. Yeah, as simple as that. And once we run this code, we can see whatever is doing here. So once we run this code, we can see whatever our code is doing. We can run this code. Let's let it connect. There we go. It's loading the output. Where is it? There we go. So you see, it has downloaded the data from where? From our TensorFlow Keras mobile net version 2. It has downloaded the data, that is the pre-trained model. After downloading the data, it has done all the comparisons that we needed. Then it can give us the prediction outputs right here. It can give us the prediction outputs right here. So yeah, you see, it's predicting the output here. Now this is output. Now that you can take it a step further and implement, try to implement now connecting to your device and do something of the sort. Very simple as it looks like. So this one is a working simulation for a camera. So we will later take this project further, then it will detect those kind of things. Now, how can you convert this into a telemedicine? It's very simple. Remember that we were using Raspberry Pi. Now, what if we take it a step further and we want to know how to cure certain diseases? Remember, we are using camera. What if I get injured? What if I get a fracture of my bones? What if I take a photo of my wound or a fracture or some certain unknown wound in my skin or in my body? I take a picture, load in them, then it will analyze how bad is the situation, then it can give me a cure and how I can do it. Of course, I will, whenever I'm taking a picture, I can add some more description. How long did this happen? How long is this wood? How old is this wood? Is it 2 days? Is it 1 minute? Or I just got injured right now? How can I cure it? Imagine with that, you can transform it into a telemedicine kind of a thing in that brief example. Very brief example. Yeah, very simple, as simple as it looks like. We can check at the second example, that is the temperature control. The temperature control. You remember the example that I gave on controlling my temperature in my room? Now, let's check a different scenario and how you can simulate it. How can you simulate that? We have AI-powered IoT device for temperature controls like any device, any hardware that we can use to monitor our temperatures. Thermometers, smart thermometers, temperature control, or temperature check-in devices. Now, we can create a simple function here, very simple function. You see how simple this function is. Now, let's create a simulation in that case. Just a simple simulation. We can define a function or a class. We call it, we can start the thermostat. Start the smart thermostat that we are going to start. We can define a function here with a constructor in it. Then we can set the preferred temperature to 22. What if I'm in Limuru or I'm in Canada and my preferred temperature that I work best is 22 degrees Celsius? So we are just setting our preferred temperature. So keep my room 22 degrees Celsius. Okay, just keep my room. So that is my preferred temperature in my room. Okay, so just take that as a constant. Remember that we need a certain temperature. Now, what if we create another method here in which we pass our AI to learn our preferences. So we are going to pass the the user behavior in which we are just setting a variable right here. So here we are going to basically simulate learning user preferences. Who is the user? The user is me with the preferred temperature of 22. So our AI should learn my preferences. Should learn. Remember, it's learning. The keyword is learning. Should learn what I prefer. So here, we are going to pass the preferred temperature to take the sum. The sum is the user behavior divided by the length of the user behavior. So we are going to see this in context, so don't worry. Just keep it on hold for now. Then we go to this and then we get back to this code here. So let's monitor at temperature adjustments. So we want it to adjust my temperature. Remember, my preferred temperature is 22. What if the temperature is 16.4 degrees Celsius? Adjust or simulate the adjustment to 22. Cool. So what if the current temperature is in between 18 and 26? Let's say, for example, the temperature is higher than 22, or the temperature is below 22. Okay, is below 22. So you want to simulate adjustments. Make sure that you adjust my heater to my preferred temperature. So if the current temperature, we said the current temperature can be above 22 or below 22. If the current temperature, this is the operator, this says basically not equal to. This is saying not equal to. For example, let me give an example of something that I used to non-my programmer friends. Let's say my non-programmer friends have invited me for dinner. And that time, I want to tell them, you know what, my friend, I'm not coming. So I'll just say, I'm coming. So basically means if I add the exclamation mark, I say, I'm not coming. This basically negates the answer here. Says it's the opposite of that. Why am I not coming? Because JS mommy is around and I can't leave her behind at my house alone because it's too cold anyway. So I'm not coming for dinner, my friend. Not because what? Because JS mommy is around. Anyway, that's just an example to explain what this does. In case you see some of your friends, they put this, but this one is put before the statement. Before the statement. Basically negates the statement. So with that example, this means this one is not equal to preferred temperature. If the current temperature is not equal to the preferred temperature, do what? Print adjusting temperature to my preferred temperature. So let's say in real, we find that the temperature is 18 or drops randomly to 18. My device will tell me what? Adjusting to preferred temperature or adjusting to 22. If the temperature is higher than 22, the device will tell me it's adjusting to my preferred temperature, that is 22. Imagine a simple simulation like that. What if the temperature is 22? It will basically tell me, yeah, you know what, my friend, the temperature is good. The temperature is good. You can stay in the house. Everything is working in optimum. So yeah, very simple. Very simple simulation. Very simple simulation. And of course here, you can set some few temperatures. So this is the user behavior. So this is the user behavior. So at some point, the temperature was 22, 23, 22, 21. It keeps adjusting. So this is the user behavior temperatures. Remember these user behavior temperatures that we set here? Yeah, these user behavior temperatures are right here. Yeah, with that small. Yeah, with that small simulation, that's how you can work around that temperature simulation. A very small temperature simulation. Very small temperature simulation. And it keeps adjusting the simulation. What if we run this code and see what it says? The temperature is 22 degrees Celsius. Now, you can take this project further. Connect with the Raspberry Pi, in which you feed it with real-time data, weather data. Then it will read the weather data, then it will adjust what? My preferred temperatures. As simple as that. So you see these temperatures here. Let's say this one is just preferring over the week. Let's say on Monday I prefer 22 degrees. On Tuesday, because of course it's on Tuesday, Jay's mommy is always around, I prefer my temperature to be 13, maybe, to me something. She's always around, so the house is warm, of course. We are going to warm each other, so the temperature should not be high. And because I'm alone, I prefer 23 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So these are temperature adjustments for the week. What are you laughing, guys, man? I can see some few people don't have temperature. Of course, in my house I have temperature adjustments, kind of a thing. Why do I have it? Because I'm still single anyway. Just mommy is just a fantasy in my head. It's just a simulation in my head. Do you remember in the initial days we programmed JS Mummy. I created my own JS Mummy, so you don't have to worry. Worry not. Annie, I can see Annie has never missed my lessons. Annie has never missed AI lessons. And we have another lady who has never missed our lessons. Is it Patricia? Patricia, are you around today? Is Patricia around today? Yeah. Annie, Patricia, they have never missed the lessons. And Sharon, oh wow, and Sharon has never missed too. Even Busani also never missed this lesson. I think you enjoy our lessons, and we are looking forward to what you are going to be bidding, you guys. Okay, I can see. Ladies have never missed our lessons. Okay. Mary as well has never missed. Who else has never missed? We are two Patricias, and Patricias have never missed. Hey, you guys, we love you, man. Never miss. The two of you, Patricia Nyambura, you have never missed. I've seen you every time. You are too active. We appreciate it. Yeah. Sophia, why? Anyway, let me just keep quiet. And Hilda, how are you? Hilda, are you around? How are you doing today, man? And Nicole, we can see you. And Emanuela Ngunzi, and Anna. Okay, can see you guys. Anyway, let's keep attending the lessons. So now let's say at some point was never missed our lessons. Let's say today Patricia is not around. Of course, I'll get some pressure, some blood pressure, because I've not seen Patricia, I've not seen Diana, I've not seen Hilda. Of course, I'll get some pressure. So let's monitor my blood pressure. Let's monitor my heart rate. I'm at breaking because today Patricia is not around or Annie is not around. So we want to monitor some heart rate in this code right here. So okay. Okay. Let me give another example. Remember last Wednesday we were to have some dinner at State House, and that did not happen. Of course, I'll be at Broken. So I'll monitor my heart rate because I did not take dinner at State House. So let's monitor who wanted to take dinner at State House. I can see Isaac Onguto wanted to take some dinner at State House, and that did not happen. So we are going to monitor Isaac's heart rate. So Isaac heart rates, we define a class for him, heart rate monitor. So we are going to define a constructor here that is going to take the normal heart rate for Isaac. It's either between 60 to 100, right? 60 or 100. It's normal for him. So over there, we are going to monitor any changes in that heart rate. So we are going to define a method or a function here that is going to do what? Is going to monitor his heart rate. And remember, how do we monitor the heart rate? Maybe Isaac has some smartwatch that he has integrated with AI. that is going to monitor his heart rate. So we define heart rate here, and we pass a random number or a random integer. We pass a random integer. So let's say that day it's too low, very low. Isaac needs some adrenaline. So it's either too low or the adrenaline has rushed to 120 and the heart rate is not normal. So we are going to take that heart rate and do what? Monitor if heart rate is not in the normal heart rate. Remember, our normal heart rate is in between 60 or 100, somewhere there. And we know that day someone is heartbroken and the heart rate is 50 or 120 because they could not imagine that could happen to them. So if the heart rate, the current heart rate, is not equal to our normal heart rate, do what? Tell us our heart rate has been detected to this current heart rate. Then after this, we can recommend, please, you know what? You are broken. So what do you do when you are broken? Listen to some music or drink some water or take a walk. So we can recommend that kind of a thing. Maybe Chakin has failed to deliver what maybe he has been assigned and he has been questioned and his heart rate is too high. So do what? You know what, Chakin? Go drink some coffee. Go take some coffee and your heart rate is going to relax and you are going to deliver. Imagine you can do that kind of recommendation with this heart rate monitor. What if our heart rate is good? I'm too happy. I'm just enjoying life. I'm just chopping life. Of course, our heart rate is normal and I'm just enjoying and chopping life with my girlfriend, of course, here. Anyway, that's the function to monitor the heart rate. We have just monitored. Remember, this is just the function to monitor. Now, let's create the simulation or we simulate the monitoring. This is the function and just checking the normal mathematics of heart rate. Now here we are going to simulate the device to track that. Okay? We are going to simulate basically that. Well, actually, this is the function to call all these simulation. This is the function to call this simulation and it's going to run that code. Basically, this is just a repetition of the code. This one is just a repetition. We don't need it. It's just a repetition. So we can monitor in case we have simulated that. Oops. I think we have not printed out. Here. Yeah, we can see our heart rate is not normal. Our heart rate is not normal. Ooh, I have abnormal heart rate. Why? Because recently I just got heartbroken by the code that I copied. I found that I copied the wrong code and it's time for presentation. So I'm going to feel embarrassed. So my heart rate is going to shift too high. And of course, after explaining that, I've relaxed because I've cleared my doubt. I've explained to you guys and my heart rate has dropped to 78. Just simple as that. I can go back to chopping live and explaining code. And imagine that works cool. Because I'm going to the next example, I don't know if the next example is going to work. Let's check at my blood pressure and it's normal, it's rising because I'm going to explain the next code. Yeah, I've explained that and it has dropped. You can test yourself. I don't feel confident of myself, so my blood pressure is too low. Anyway, let's check at the other example, that is AI assistant content generation. AI assisted content generation. For example, what is content generation? Let's say I'm working on something here that I want to generate a tutorial on how to use React Quill Editor. Okay. What AI tool have I used? I've used ChatGPT-4 to generate the content. How can you create your own model to do that? We have this free model that is GPT-2 that we are going to use. Okay. We are going to use that GPT-2 that is free for download and use. Remember the Hugging Face transformers that we used? Of course, we are going to use the from transformers from Hugging Face, import the pipeline from Hugging Face transformers. Remember, we have several versions of GPT. Remember that? Let's use GPT 2.0. So I'm going to use the generator. Just define a variable. We are going to call it a generator, and in which we are going to use the pipeline. We're going to go to the generator, take the pipeline, and take the function for text generation. You see, currently we have GPT that does what? That does, like for example, the Sora does video generation. We don't want to do video generation. We want to generate texts. We want to generate text generation. So we are not going to do video generation, image generation. We want text generation. So we are going to take the text generation model from where? From GPT-2, in which it's totally free for use. You don't have to worry. So where is it going to take? Remember, we have used the transformers from Hugging Face. This is obvious, you can use it. You don't have to generate to download it. So we are going to generate the suggestion. So what suggestion are we going to use? This is our prompt. A simple simulation is, if I go here and say, tell me the future, the future of AI, the future of AI. Tell me the future of AI, the future of AI. So basically this is the prompt. The future of AI in healthcare. This is the prompt as just this prompt. So if I try to generate, it's going to go to GPT-4 model, then generate the answer. Okay. Now in our code here, the future of AI in healthcare. So that is the prompt that we are passing to this GPT-2. So it's going to do what? It's going to go to GPT-2, take the question, then give me the output. So the suggestions are, go to the generator, in which is going to GPT-2, pass the prompt that we just passed, then the maximum length of our characters that it should return, it should be 50. Then we can take return the sequences here. Then after it goes that and interprets the answer, is going to print out the output. So what is it going to do? Is going to, we are defining a variable I, in which I we can say I can be anything, any variable name. So I can change to any variable name. So it's not a must to be I. For I, do what? Go to the suggestions. Go to suggestions in enumerate suggestions. So try to what? To give out the suggestions. So after giving out the suggestions that has been interpreted by the GPT-2, then we can print out the suggestions. And this is basically the answer. The generated text is the answer. If we run that, AI is going to do what? It's going to generate everything. And it's going to give us the answer. The future of medicine is earned on generating something like that. So let's run our code and see if it's going to give out output. It's going to break. And imagine with this, you can integrate with the UI interface, and you can make money from people using your GPT-2 model. So this one is basically running. I guess you can see is going to that generating tokens generated vocabulary. Then it's going to break. It seems truncate implicit. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for it to complete. Let's wait for it to complete. Actually, it's going to the OpenAI. Then we are going to see the answer right here after it's done. Yeah, and imagine that's how you can, there you go. The future of AI in medicine. So it has actually given us 3 solutions. Suggestion 1, the future of AI. Suggestion 2, the future of AI. Suggestion 3, the future of AI. So basically, you see these 3 answers, we are passing them, give us 3 answers. We are passing the answers right here. And actually, we can use something like this. Give me a basic function in Python. In case you think I'm lying, maybe we can check this. Let it be 3. And I run this code and I see the output. Let me wait and see if it's going to produce a function in Python. It's running, of course. It's running. Anyway, you guys, you can simulate this and you use it to make your own money. Gospel is saying your heart rate has dropped. Why has it dropped? Are you heartbroken? What is your problem, Gospel? Why is your heart rate dropping? Maybe you are good. Maybe you are good. I've seen something from Joyce. Joyce saying there's a new Russian technology. Yeah, Russian technology. Awesome. I had a device that increases or decreases heart rate. It supports mental health like anxiety, even when you have an heartbreak. Actually, I think most of guys need this device that controls your heart rate after heartbreak. Of course, the Gen Zs, we are suffering a lot with heartbreaks. Actually, this device, our Kenyan people need this. Our Kenyan and Nigerian people need this device because our governments are good. We need this device that controls our heart rates, man. We're not doing good. We need this. So let's check our output. There we go. Oops. I don't need this. Yeah, there you go. It has returned get a function, return get function. Yeah, there you go. It has given us a functions in Python. And imagine with that, what if I integrate that with AI, with the front end? then people can use my AI. Can use my AI. As simple as that. As simple as that. Imagine we are done with our today's examples with all that simple simulation. With that simple simulation, you guys, you can simulate that for your own use. You can use that for your own use. And in the session,
Oh. Round of applause to you, JS Daddy. Thank you so much. That was amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing. Yes. Good. Thank you so much, Evans, for that. That was quite awesome. Awesome. Now, JS Daddy has shown you how you can even simulate Raspberry Pi. Well, Raspberry Pi is just a kit that we use to simulate the microcontroller. We use it to simulate um, what a real machine, what you would like machine to work around. Okay. Yes. So it's not a must you buy one, but you can buy one in case you want to develop IoT project. Maybe if you're working with IoT project, you will need one. Okay. Yes. Um, yes, I can see Gospel Arians, your hand is up. You are allowed to talk, Gospel.
Good morning, Chakin. Good morning, dear Daddy. Okay, so I have one question, or two questions rather. The first one
Yeah.
is toward best example that was given in our work,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that we assigned mp.random.rand 224243 to image. So the variable image was assigned twice, and almost immediately we assigned something to it. We changed it with something else. What's that all about?
That's all about. That's why we use transformers. You see, at times we have TensorFlow. TensorFlow is a transforming uh library. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we use transformers to transform because you correct images, but you want to transform those images into a live stream. You get?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then that's the same concept we use when you have, for example, a lot of data set that is just raw, but you want to make maybe a graphical representation out of the same. You get it? You have to
Yeah.
transform that data from one status to another. You get it?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Completely understood. Thank you. My second
Okay.
question is to JS Daddy. The app you created looks so authentic and it looks nice. I've tried creating such an application with Lovable, and it didn't really work out well because the functions were not happening. It just had the front end look and had that feel of a web app, but then it was very, very difficult to get the functionalities up and running. So I want to ask how did you try to create such, and what really helped you to create such?
okay. On my end, I used Bolt. So let me share my screen, a quick demo. So on my end, I used Bolt. So what I did, I made sure first, just a minute. So I made sure that my prompts are straightforward. For example, if I want to get the whole functionality. This prompt, for example, it said, I want to create a video conferencing platforms like Google Meet. So whenever it's trying to interpret this in the model, it will go to and understand what a Google Meet is. So in this system I'm creating, it should access my camera. You see, I'm trying to define the functionality. I'm going to access my camera. Then I'm going to add functionalities like click to create a meeting link. Of course, I want to click to create a meeting link. That automatically generates, will be automatically generated by the system. So you see, I'm well defining the features and the functionalities that I want to get. So depends on how good you prompt. Have you defined the features that you want to get? Then of course, after the end, I defined some of the fields that it should take. It should take the display name, the user ID, the time that person joined, the time that it left, the total time of spent, and the number of people who joined the meeting. And of course, I took it a step further. I told it, store the data in Firebase and create the system for me. So it depends on how good you define the features that you want in creating the system. Then it will understand what you are trying to create, then automatically it will create the system for you. For you just need to define your prompt well and the kind of features that you want. Then it will just work. It will just work. And if it doesn't work, you copy. Let's say you are facing an error when trying to authenticate. So I'll copy the error, then I'll just paste it here and tell it, you know what, I'm getting this error. Then I paste the error, then I tell it, you know what, fix this error. Then it will try to figure out where is the error coming from. Then from the previous generated code, then it will fix that automatically. So you just need to well prompt the system. Yeah, it's all about prompting.
JS Daddy. JS
Just check
Daddy.
in.
Go back to the prompt. Go back to the prompt. There's something I want
The
race
initial
to learn.
prompt.
Yeah, the initial prompt. The initial prompt. Just copy all of it to ChatGPT. All of it. Go to ChatGPT and then ask ChatGPT to give you a PRD for that.
Give me a PRD for this. Then I'll paste it and I can wait.
Yeah. What I want is to realize at times, if you're having a challenge in prompting, you can just share the idea with a very good with the generative AI. It will give you the product requirements documentation, which you can now paste on the boat.new or Ravable.ai or Rock, okay? And then it will now use that to generate the app. It will make your work easy. It will make the understanding of the generative AI more easier, and you'll be able to get a better product, a better refined product. And you can even refine by your own. You can maybe refine a few things on the PRD of what you want. You get? Yes.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah, just check it. You see, it has provided a very small prompt. It has provided a whole detailed document for me. Now I can copy this entire thing. Then I can take it back to my tool. Then once I paste it, now it's going to understand better if my prompt was not smart enough. Yeah.
Thank you. I hope Rins, your query is answered.
Yes, it is, Chakin. Thank you. Thank you, JS Daddy.
Most welcome. Brian K. Dongo, your hand is up. you can speak. Brian? Seems Brian doesn't want to talk. No problem. So that's being it. That was that. So please note that by the end of this week, you'll get, before the end of the week, actually, you'll get a form where you could be able to get to fill in your final project. Use these products like lovable.dev, bolt.new, rock, to refine your projects just as tools to help you to come up with good projects. Use them. We encourage you to use them. They are very key. They simplify your coding work. Okay, so your work would just to refine your system to get it to work the way you want. Okay, yes. So mostly you can time during the weekends. Some of these tools are free. Check them out and you'll have a great use for them. Now, that said, the project you are expected to have to take 4 weeks to create your project, meaning from this week, from today, this week, next week but one, and next week but two. So in 4 weeks, you should have finished the project and submitted, meaning you'll have 2 extra weeks after we are done with the syllabus just to submit. That one I know will be given to you. So make sure you submit from today up to the end of those 2 weeks, like those 4 weeks, within a span of 4 weeks, you can now start working on your project. Remember, for AI projects, based project mostly, we expect you to use either Dash or Flask or Streamlit. You can use those frameworks to implement your project. Don't forget that you either use Dash or Flask or Streamlit to implement your project. That one is very key. Projects can be done in groups, not groups, meaning you should be more than 2, meaning you should be 3 to 5 people. 3 to 5 people. So you can be 3, 4, or 5 people. That's what we call a group. Group should not exceed 5 people. It will not be accepted. If it is group work, make sure we can see all your work. We can see all your collaboration, your contributions as group. Okay, that one will be investigated. So that one is pretty much taken care of when you want to submit a project as a group. So we accept group works, but in case you don't have a group, we also encourage you to do a project as an individual. If you have an idea that you think you are well able to carry it out as an individual and execute it, that's also pretty much okay. All right. Yes. So I think I've answered all the questions that were around the project work. Yes. And that is that. And I'm happy for you guys. Thank you for joining the class. In the course of the day, we will have this. Let me show you something. The course of the day, we got this. There is this this nice finding stability in a flexible world. So we'll have Maureen Milgo and also the our reading talent hub, and also we'll have let me see, her name is Los Mwende, head of recruitment, Brighter Monday. They'll be having a chat on how you can find your space that is in the tech world today from 3 to 4 p.m. Make sure you join this. I think I have I can be able to paste the link to join. on the chat. Yes, and then you can be able to join. Make sure you join. It will be a free Zoom meeting from 3 today. I think it's July 2nd. No, not today, but on July 2nd. Not today, but on July 2nd. So make sure you join this. It's a beautiful, beautiful moment to get you to connect, to know what is expected of you in the job market. How do you make your CV stand out and your resume, your portfolio stand out? If you have such questions, Maureen Milgo and Los Mwende will sort you out, because we don't want you to be sending CVs and they are rejected and you don't get reply. We want you guys to be sending CVs and then you get replies, you get called for interviews, and you get jobs. Okay. Yes. So these two, this session is really flexed for that, to ensure that you guys are able to like know how to get job placements done. Cool. And I think that's cool. So make sure you do that. You register for that. That would be quite awesome. Have you seen my screen? Am I sharing?
You are not
Sorry.
sharing.
I did not share. And the way I've talked a lot. Okay, let me share with you. Sorry. Let me share that. That is very long. Okay. Let me share. So, mhm. Yeah, so this is I believe now you can be able to see. Yeah, this is the poster. It's already out. It's Finding Stability in a Flexible World. It will be presented by Maureen Mirgo, is the head of talent placement or talent hub at PLP, with Rose Mwende, the head of recruitment, Brighter Monday. All right. It will happen on July 2nd, 2025. Today is 30th, so it's Wednesday, on Wednesday, 3 to 4 p.m. EAT. It will be on Zoom. So this is the registration link. You can link through that. Yes, I also think I can share the link on the chat. The link is available. I think I have the link. I can be able to share it. So you register as early as now. So I've already explained what it will be all about. I won't repeat. What you are not seeing is the poster, but it is out. Okay. Yes. Now this meeting is for you. Don't miss. Remember, in the evening, we have our live masterclass with Rhoda. Don't miss. Don't miss as well. It's gonna be awesome. Make some time. Make some time. Even if you've attended for this session, make some time to attend for the evening session. Yes. So thank you so much. Not unless there is any other query. I think I'm good. So see you in the evening. Yes. JS Daddy have already shared the link. It's there on the chat bot. That's good. On our chat. Cool. Yes. For the hackathon is going on. Make sure you collaborate. You're supposed to work in groups. I encourage you to work in your current groups, because I'm not very sure your former groups peer sessions are working. But once you work, you submit your work there on the peer session. Yes, you can work as a group. I encourage you guys to work as groups, because the hackathons are mostly designed to work as groups. And make sure you get the best so that you get a reward. I hear there is a reward of more than 40,000 Kenyan shillings. Definitely, you can work as an individual if you like, no problem. Yeah, that is if you fail to have a group. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yes. Make sure you use current groups. I'm not very sure. It might not be very easy to connect with previous groups, eh? But what I'm saying is, once you work as current groups, make sure you also present that work in the group part, eh? the link that you will submit, make sure it has members of the current group. I think that's what I would encourage, because I'm not very sure your previous groups are still functional. Not unless maybe your previous peer group is still functional. Yeah, well and good. Yeah. I've said you can work around, no problem. Yes. Yeah, cool. All right. So that is that. And with that, I think we can end the session. Yes, and that's pretty good. See you in the evening. Thank you so much for attending. See you in the evening.
Okay, good day, guys. See you next.